Well, it says we're live. Ian should be here in a minute. He had to go visit the little boy's room.
Yellow overpressure light
Yeah.
blinking at me.
Yeah, pump started. Yep. Richard, thanks for the birch beer. We will try that.
Caffeine free. What the hell good is caffeine free?
I don't know. It's something.
Well, it didn't explode.
And
It smells a lot like root beer.
that's probably what it's going to taste like, too.
It's root beer.
Okay.
It's root beer.
Yep. Pretty much root beer. Thanks, Richard.
It's caffeine free root beer. What the hell?
Yeah.
Hola, everybody.
Yeah.
I had something I've totally. If you haven't checked out the new Law Dog Files site, I've been. Me and Jack have been doing a lot of housekeeping. So you might check it out.
Hey, finally got the cobwebs off the ceiling.
No kidding. I've been going through the blog roll, and the number of folks I had on there that don't have a blog anymore was a little staggering and embarrassing.
Well, I've been managing the Gun Blogger Blacklist for, 7 years now. Took it over whenever Jay and the group left.
That's right. That's right.
And we've lost over 200 blogs.
People,
Yeah.
well, and I'm finding a lot of folks got a Substack, something called Substack. Does anybody know what the hell Substack is?
Anyway, buy the friggin' thing. We turned it so it looks like Japanese lanterns now.
Well, we did.
So y'all can quit bitching.
Somebody did.
And just buy the damn thing. We have other things to advertise.
The Cowboys were, yeah, I know. They weren't comfortably familiar. However, a whole bunch of people told me to basically sack up and deal with it.
Yeah. RK, the burning Red Bull truck was courtesy of Jonna this morning.
I didn't set it on fire.
Not that she wasn't thinking about it, but.
You get paid for Substack. Yeah, okay. That's interesting.
Okay. New Law Dog Files. I used to be able to read the post from a feed without clicking through to the site. Yeah. I don't know. That's a Jack question.
Yeah.
For this millennia. Hey! The Red Bull truck was on fire. It wasn't my fault, right?
Uh-huh.
And I wasn't, more like I wasn't claiming it, Jonna.
I didn't do it.
Yeah. Speaking of hair on fire, Joe Biden's hair is on fire.
Oh, what that silly bimbo. Has anybody actually listened to her?
Well,
her voice is annoying as fuck.
Yeah, it is. But
it sounds like a Disney princess, only tweaked.
Yeah. Her speech yesterday
to
the Latina conference in San Antonio, she made this statement: as distinct as bodegas in the Bronx, as beautiful as blossoms in Miami, and as unique as the breakfast tacos in San Antonio.
Okay, no, she did not actually say that. What she said was as distinct as the bodegas.
Well, yeah, she did. She mispronounced that too.
As the bodegas. What the hell's a bodega?
Yeah, I don't know. But to compare the Texans in San Antonio to tacos, really? I mean, how much worse can you step in it?
Her husband is bleeding over onto her.
Oh, God. It really makes me wonder who's in charge, if anybody up there.
Sean Newton has a good
Talk
point.
X.
Aren't tacos now Talk X? Yes.
Yeah.
And she's a PhD in education from, if I remember correctly, someplace in Connecticut, where they pass out PhDs.
No, University of Delaware, because
that's Connecticut, right?
No, that's the state of Delaware.
I don't know those counties up north.
How do you think they got funding?
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. Those.
I mean, I looked at her PhD
Oh
thesis.
God, I read that. Oh Jesus, that was 45 minutes of my life I'll never get back again.
I could have written something better than that in high school, and I can't spell worth of shit, and I can't punctuate.
I did write stuff better than that in high school.
Yeah. Jason, very possible. Yeah.
Yeah, or ED.
Yeah.
A doctorate in education.
Yeah.
With a really, really shit dissertation.
You can get a PhD. I know Steph is on here and she said PhDs are harder to get. Depends on where you go and how much money you have. That's the problem in a lot of these cases. And all a PhD does is it gives you a document that says you're certified smart in one particular area. I worked with a number of PhDs over the years, but probably one of the best comments I ever heard was from Dr. Dave King, who had a PhD in acoustics. And
see, that's actual science.
Yeah. He specifically did not want to be referred to as doctor. He said, I'm Dave King.
Well,
and he said, yeah, I have a PhD, which means I know absolutely everything there is to know about one microcosmic little piece of shit that nobody else in the world cares about.
Yep. As somebody pointed out, as Jesse pointed out in the comment, I think it was Jesse. No, Jason Kerr.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby has a PhD in education.
Yeah.
Yay.
It was given to him.
It was given her too.
Yeah. Yeah, dog.
Piled higher and deeper.
It's piled higher and deeper, yeah. Say what got a PhD for violin bowing technique in one piece in one section for 4 measures. Okay.
Community college.
Yeah.
College.
I worked with real science PhDs, which they are an interesting breed of cat or dog or whatever you want to call them. And I was actually a contributor on a couple of articles that went to the Journal of Acoustics, which is classified, so nobody ever got to read them, but certain people. But the amount of work that goes into actual science is absolutely
not easy.
Huh?
You think it's not easy?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very interesting because we joke about PhDs in basket weaving, and was a specialty in underwater basket weaving.
It's not a joke.
It's not a joke.
No.
Yeah.
Nope. It's not a joke.
People, and I'm trying to remember where it was, whether it was College of Charleston or one up in North Carolina. But this woman literally did a PhD on Gullah basket weaving.
Oh, yeah. Gullah being the African-American subset in the
Savannah, Georgia area.
Yeah, the Carolina Islands.
Yeah, primarily Georgia.
Yeah.
And I mean, they make probably the best baskets in the world. And they've been making them.
Basket. It's a basket.
Yeah, but for that culture, direct from Africa, they make them the same way they did in Africa 200 or 300 years ago.
It's still a bloody basket.
It's a basket, yes, but the level of detail that they put into them is absolutely friggin' amazing. But she got a PhD for that.
It's a basket.
No, Josh, not gullible. Gullah.
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 The best known Gullah you know of would be Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas.
Yes.
Who is Gullah.
Yeah.
And had to overcome a crap ton of bias.
Yep. No, actually, Joel, it was the study of how they weaved the baskets. Strange but true. And yeah, they did weave the baskets underwater, which is how they got them to form the way they wanted them. Yeah. And they are actually also excellent cooks. It's just Mike, I'm not even going there. Oh. And there went Ian.
I could have gone all day and not known that, and I do quote Mike, knowing that Fauci spent a ton of time in bathhouses when studying AIDS, you'll forgive me if I don't want to know how much work goes into the science. Really?
Backdoor research grants. And away we go. Oh.
All right.
Oh. And it looks like Josh, you are in trouble again because your son is doing
Your
something.
son.
How much work it'll lose.
Anyway,
Oh.
on to things that I don't want to think about.
We lost the U.S. Navy lost an F-18 off the
Oopsie.
Truman over in the Med.
Somebody forgot to lock her down.
Well, the picture they showed had all the birds inboard on deck.
Okay.
I'm not sure that was the picture of the actual deck. Because when you rig for heavy weather, it's a minimum 12-point tie downs. But that's basically standard. And you can go up to 17-point tie downs. For those of you that have never been on a carrier, man, yeah, you're one of them. There's these little things called pad eyes that are about that big around, have a steel bar in the middle of it. And you have a chain bag that the plane captain gets to haul around on his back that has 12 to 17 chains in it with couplings and everything else. And your job is to go out there and tie that airplane down where it will not move. Now, the carrier has been on deployment roughly 6 months already and been extended, by the way. No thanks to this administration. So I will guarantee you that about 80% of the non-skid on the deck is long gone, which means now you're walking around on a steel deck that has hydraulic fluid, jet fuel, and oil on it.
A skating rink.
A skating rink. So if they were parked like most of the birds are parked with their ass in hanging off the side of the boat, you're at best on a 6 tie down hold.
I would like it noted for the record that I have never, ever, ever lost an M3 Bradley to a windstorm.
Bradleys don't have wings.
You're right.
F-18s have wings.
I rest my
There's
case.
also this thing called rolling motion.
Also, the ground that we drove across never rolled.
You obviously never drove it in a earthquake.
Nope.
That I would like to see.
No.
Why is it bouncing?
Sit there.
Yeah, David, from what I'm hearing from various sources, this was basically a pop-up high boob windstorm that came up suddenly, and it was in excess of 100 knots. So yeah, that's
So you drop down, you spin the hatch, you get the 18-wheeler water heater that the E4 driver retrofitted into a 24-volt system. You heat a cup of coffee, you drink the coffee, you look at stuff through the thermal, and you wait for it to go away.
yeah. That's nice.
Uh-huh.
You don't have wings.
You're right.
So,
No, but I gave things wings. Properly applied tow missile, you'd be surprised what can fly.
yeah, Rick, you guys poke a stick up and go, Oh shit! Never mind. Con, make your depth 200 feet.
Pull the hatch. Raise the back ramp. Drink coffee. Watch things through the thermal.
Johnny, you want to give the details on the Red Bull fire, please?
Okay.
Jado.
Listen closely, children.
It's story time with Jonna.
Right. Who got up at 6 to go take her brother to a Waffle House before taking him to the airport in Dallas. Because I love him, because I would not do that for anybody else. On the way down, everything was fine. On the way back, when I was trying to get through Bellevue, Texas, not Bellevue, Washington, or Bellevue, the hospital, there was a big slowdown because apparently an 18-wheeler with a whole load of Red Bull tried to burn itself to the ground. It was on the side of the road, and there was a big black spot and a bunch of charred trees and a very large excavator using its big claw to grab big pallets of it out and put it into a dump truck. The smell was astounding and very messy. And so, yes, Red Bull truck was on fire. It was smoldering when I got there. But yeah, the smell was unique, I have to say.
And apparently Red Bull did not give it wings.
Didn't actually give it wings.
It did not give it wings, but they're all gone to Red Bull heaven now.
Yeah. And she did, Josh.
I can hear her make a hand. She did.
Yeah.
She was making a hand gesture. So.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, RK states she's never going to drink anything that burns. I'm here to tell you, you'd be surprised what you can make burn if you have a hot enough fire.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Rick. Oh.
I've never had the ground do a 45-degree roll.
Well, you see, there's a problem with submarines. You know, they have these things called ballast tanks,
Okay.
which has air in them that keeps them floating.
It keeps them from being a promo sub.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the problem is there's a door on top, but there's not a door on the bottom.
Okay.
So you roll it too far, all the air comes out, submarine goes tick.
Never had that problem with Bradley.
That was the biggest paranoia with the submarine force was A, the amount of roll they were taking, and B, in the Arctic, coming up through the ice and getting shoved to one side.
You'd think they'd have fixed that by now.
No,
Okay.
Red Bull is not a backdoor research grant. No. Tequila, yeah. Anything with alcohol burns, yes.
Oh, speaking of, on my Law Dog page, you will notice if you've been there recently, across the menu bar, there's one marked Raconteur Press. Under that will be every anthology call, and everything required, so that now I can just post a link and I don't have to copy a friggin' anthology notice to 16 different social media sites.
Oh, Rick, okay, I'll buy that. MBTs are full of water. I'm thinking back to 637, early 688s, where they kept a good bit of pressure in the MBTs. And that was told to me by a CO vote that they worried about that.
We're going to get my book rights cleared back again. At this point, I'm just going to assume I have them. And the fourth quarter of this year, I'm going to post under Raconteur Press. And if they don't like it, we'll deal with it then.
Yeah. And I'll throw one out. Here's one to think about. What would you do with a trope to flip the trope?
I'm not doing another anthology. I'm not doing a flip. I'm not doing a flip trope anthology. I've got enough on my plate as it is.
Well, after you finish the story you owe me.
I finally finished one I owed Kelly. God, that was embarrassing.
Yeah.
That one varies a lot by trope. Helpful friends access. No.
Yeah, they. Actually, I am thinking about putting it together, Josh.
There is not a GoFundMe. There is, however, a tip jar.
Yeah, I've never done that because I don't do PayPal. So
It got me a friggin' brand new WordPress site.
yeah. Well, you're a little bit more popular than most of us, so
No, I'm not.
yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. People are on here to see you, not me.
Oh, shine.
Wow.
And the peanut gallery's heard from.
Wow. I'm just on here to demonstrate the proper use of a Hawaiian shirt. People get here to see how fast their eyes can bleed.
Yeah, Sean. We were kind of jokingly talking about this.
Break even anthology.
We
Why the
need
hell?
both of our Muppets. Both of you.
Are we the two that Waldorf and
Yes.
Okay.
Waldorf and Statler.
Whatever.
And somebody says, thank you for fixing the lanterns. Apparently, a whole bunch of our artistic watchers were.
Making them all bananas. I
Yes.
know. That's just one more way that we like to torture our watchers. So.
Yes.
So anyway, what we were discussing was pick a trope, write a short story that flips the trope in some way. So once the things get calmed down a little bit after September, we might look at doing that. It's like OCD, but in the right order. Yeah.
I do need to boost Wandry's whatever Kickstarter, whatever it is.
Yeah, Mark Wandry is doing a Kickstarter.
Is it Kickstarter?
Yeah.
I do need to boost that, but I've been up to my gonads and gators as it is.
We discussed Mark a couple of weeks ago. He's had some problems, got depressed, got in financial trouble, had to take a job that kept him on the road a lot. So he was doing writing.
I feel those pains.
And he got a Kickstarter run for him to get him some money in so he can take the time to do the writing. So if you feel like helping him out, it would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, I need to boost that signal on Facebook and the blog. I've just been, I say, up to my gonads and gators on writing stuff.
Yeah.
What? No.
I'm not giving up my Hawaiian shirt.
In order for her to make a quote out of our most infamous Hawaiian shirts, we'd have to lose them. I like my shirts. Although I'm a little annoyed with Retro Rifle. My shirt's starting to pill. And that just annoys the crap out of me. I wonder if I can get this pattern, because I love this pattern. Pattern in cotton or linen.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Dr. Courtney. She gets fabric made up all the time.
Yeah, point.
And the peanut gallery is heard from again. I do not quilt.
No. Okay. Doug, up to my gonads and gators was a dad saying that comes to the old aphorism that when you're up to your ass in alligators, nobody gives a shit about you draining the swamp.
No, that's not it.
Well, close.
When you're up to your ass in alligators, it's hard to remember you were there to drain the swamp.
Right. Same thing.
Yeah.
And Dad's version was gonads and up to your gonads and gators.
Yeah. Or up to your alligator assholes, one or the other. We would be so lucky if California fell off, along with Oregon and Washington.
A little whimper from the back. Okay. Speaking of Malta. Speaking of Malta anthologies, bloody hell. We shut down the second one, and we're collating now. It'll be launched in September. We're still open for the third one, and I say possibly, but I heard from somebody else yesterday that they're writing one. The fourth one, I'll go ahead and open up a fourth one.
Give them all back to Russia. Well, Russia wants Sitka. They want Alaska back because they want the oil. They want the North Slope. And I hate to say it, but I can see Biden being stupid enough to give it to him.
No, it's not the fact he's stupid. It's the fact he's got bubbles in his think pudding. That's a quote from Rick Randall, by the way, which I find amazing.
Yeah.
And I've added to my personal lexicon. He's got enough bubbles in his think pudding that he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Space Cowboys will formally open the week after FinCon because they have enough on plate as it is. And then I'm going to go ahead. Fuck it. I'm going to go ahead and open the Noir one because if you guys let me down, I'm going to lose my poo because I've been told by at least 20 folks that they're getting me stuff we're writing the noir, the pinup noir story. Okay, I'm going to trust y'all. I'm going to go ahead and open it probably in November for pinup noir. With a full expectation that half of y'all were overestimating a bit, and I'll get 2 stories.
Yeah, RK, he does not have any authority, but since when has that stopped him up to now? And the Democratic Congress doesn't give a shit. I mean, if they gave a shit about anything, we would have the pipeline and would still be producing oil. Where is that?
Speaking of, does everybody realize that a significant portion of the Strategic National Reserve that the FICUS released went to China?
950,000 barrels.
A significant portion
Yep.
went to China.
Yep, and guess he'll get his 10% of that.
Ooh. Hoo-ha! 4chan came through again.
Yeah.
God bless weaponized autism.
Yeah.
They cracked Hunter's cloud account.
Yeah.
Backup account.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
crap. Holy crap.
David, actually, Hunter still has a financial interest in China with the company that bought the oil.
Yep.
Gee, what a strange coincidence. Yeah, shocked. I am shocked. Let me find my shocked face.
God bless those autistic little shits.
Yeah.
They went to town and they cracked. I'm willing to bet that his passcode wasn't anything just altogether too
Probably password
probably
1
password.
or password 2.
pass 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Rick, it's sad when they make the Kennedys look good.
The last great hope for democracy, 4chan. Isn't that scary?
Yeah.
Actually, being a minor amateur student of history, y'all would be surprised how often this is actually the case.
Yeah.
When you got folks like 4chan heading off that way on their own, fixing things.
Yep. Well, 4chan and Anonymous are the two.
Yeah, but you repeat yourself.
Yeah. The other one I wanted to talk about for a second, as soon as I get back up here.
Oof.
Nick's checks.
But
I posted that on my blog today. In the last 20 and 21, over 1 million Nick's checks took longer than 3 days. Of the ones, this gets better.
it'd be mine.
Of the ones that they checked, 11,564 were illegal purchases. However, they did not complete 734,000 checks. They took longer than 88 days.
To do a background check?
Yes. They took longer than 88 days, so they dumped them.
My TS/SCI didn't take 88 days.
I know that. You know that.
How hard is it to pull a 44 from inlets and look for felonies?
When you don't have enough people doing it, because Nick's is not fully automated.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
So some odd thousand did not get checked. So if you do the simple math, you're looking at potentially another roughly 70,000 illegal buys out of that 1 point something million that didn't get checked. The 90-day limit is a legal requirement. You are correct, David. However, what they were doing is dumping the entire file, including the request, at 88 days.
Well, I will guarantee you that 999 of 1,044 checks, that's cop code to run a computerized criminal history check. 999 of 1,000 would come back, no record found.
Yeah.
Drive on.
Yeah. Yeah, Bill, yeah, you're right. That's a damn good point. That's the kind of stuff that gives him a reason to insist we give the FBI a lot more funding. And with that many misses, insist on background checks. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Rick.
Yeah.
The name issue is probably one of the two biggest. Similar names, and one has an FBI file and one doesn't.
Well, okay. A 44, also called the NCIC code is QR.
Yeah.
That's a full rap sheet. That tells you that's everything. There's my dispatch days were a long time ago. I think it's QC, and it gives you some criminal history summary.
Mm-hmm.
You know, misdemeanors, felonies, or nothing. Run the QC. The 44 is a QC. Run the QC, the summarized background check. 1 page, no record found. Done.
Or that one we ran that day that was,
Oh, Jesus.
the QC was 4 pages without specific.
Yeah, the QR was a friggin' novella.
Yeah.
The rap sheet or QR it tells every arrest and the disposition. And it goes down in blocks down the disposition.
It was 5 or 6 pages long.
No, it was 50 or 60 pages long time we got on the rap sheet.
Oh, we got all of it?
Yeah, it was like that. It was like that.
I left after the first 5 pages.
Yeah.
QH. Yeah.
I think QC is the one I liked. It was a 1-page summary.
Yeah. Yeah, there are. The other thing that you can also get held up for is security clearances.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a high security clearance, because that kicks you out of NICS because you have an FBI number associated with your name.
Yep.
Which we found out the hard way.
If you get a security clearance, a secret, a top secret, anything SCI, secure compartmented information, the FBI does a background check and assigns you an FBI number, which they also assign to all felons.
Yeah.
So you pop up with an FBI number, and your average Federal Bureau of Instigator only knows that FBI numbers are attached to felons.
Yeah. I wonder how many numbers we've got thanks to Frank.
No, get poor Frank. Frank, you bastard.
We were going to buy Frank Tums and decided not to.
Nah.
Probably what he needs is AA about now.
Oh, sensitive SCI. It's something compartmented information. It's been a long time. I don't care.
Yeah, they've changed the title back and forth a couple of times over the years. Rick, you're lucky. It screwed with mine up until I got my concealed carry in Virginia and in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I would routinely get
sensitive.
Yeah, I would get pended. Yeah, you've got to have a clearance to be on a submarine, but you can be on a sub with a secret only. You don't have to have anything higher. It needs a vasectomy.
Frank? Ooh, Frank might have bred. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He's still.
He's on his 3rd liver transplant. Mr. Happy ain't working for him anymore anyway.
If he's an NSA,
he's got Budweiser droop.
I'll call Fred and have Fred go down and talk to him. Yeah, the unique names are a thing.
Pain in the ass.
Yeah. What's funny is when you get someone who is of a different persuasion and cannot spell his name when he's drunk.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Those are always interesting.
Why am I getting?
Oh, differs. That's friggin' illegal to start with. Jesus Christ.
People keep talking to me. Why are they talking to me?
Yeah. Air Force is. I don't know where the hell the Air Force is going these days. We had a lodge meeting last night.
It's a corporation, really.
Yeah.
It's not a military branch. It's a corporation.
Yeah, and one of our post members was a Navy E7 EOD specialist, and because his specialty went
right
away,
in the head.
Yeah, he moved over to the Air Force and took a pay cut, got back to E8 or E7, and he is the OIC of the training cadre out here at Shepherd. It's an E7.
He's OIC or NCOIC?
OIC. There's some colonel that he said he's seen 3 times in 3 years that he reports to.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm out. I don't care.
But this is how stupid it is. They run a PT. They run PT every day for the kids going through training.
Okay. I don't see.
They have had a medic there for 2 years.
For a PT run?
Yeah. Because that's SOP in the Navy.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's strenuous PT. It's not the normal dog and
The Air
pony.
Force does strenuous PT?
For EOD, yes.
Oh, okay. All right. The EOD, I understand.
Yeah. So the base, in their infinite wisdom, decided, oh, well, you no longer need a medic. That's on you instructors to figure it out. So he went to his colonel and said, we have a problem. We're doing strenuous PT per Air Force reg. We're supposed to have a medic observing for safety purposes. And the colonel went, and? So he filed an IG complaint against his own command.
That should be interesting.
He said, and his comment was, he says, F it. I'm never going to make E8 in the Air Force because I don't go along to get along, because I'm trying to actually do the right thing for these kids when we're training them. And I damn sure don't want another dead body on my watch.
I'm thinking of all the PT I ran and not a medic in sight.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm thinking of all the PT I run hungover without a medic. I could have done a banana bag and a bit of shade on several of those runs.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, differs. I'm not even going to get into it. That broke so many friggin' rules.
What's that?
18-year-old with a secret clearance in a bunker guarding nukes with no qualified person there.
And?
Yes.
No, I don't do PT anymore. So there.
We also don't shoot in the rain.
There's not raining. We're not training. Well, I'm not training anymore. Thank you very much.
Now, I will hunt in the rain in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we've hunted in the rain a couple of times.
Yeah.
If I don't get a deer this year, I'm going to lose my mind.
Yeah, Richard, a lot of the DLI folks and some of the other weird little MOSs and various back in the days had shrinks on staff for a reason. Because some of the people in those courses were a little different
Have you met some of the spooks in our friends list?
Yes, I know.
Okay.
They're the good ones. I'm talking about the ones that were out there somewhere.
The good ones were generally out there somewhere.
Yeah, but not to the
Have
extent.
you met Tom?
Yes.
Okay. And Joel.
You guys are going to get fools caught this
And
entire
Reagan.
conversation about the places you never were.
Well,
I mean, the no shit there I was stories do not include the there in the was. So,
for reasons.
I know, but still, it's hilarious.
Jeez.
I was there. No, you weren't. No, not really. But I was. No, I wasn't.
Just because we might have discussed the same restaurant.
Right?
Several times.
Oh, yes.
I just, it's been since we've had venison.
Yeah, too damn long.
The last venison Reed and I had.
Venison,
Yeah, right.
right? Elk and plum sauce.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
If I can find another buck that's been living in a persimmon thicket,
Yeah.
that dude's marked for death.
Oh, right? Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, we're all 10 degrees off plum, but the ones I'm talking about are 70, 80 degrees off.
10.
10?
Wow.
It's kind of like,
Wow.
that's almost normal. We don't
Yeah.
do normal here. So,
For versions of normal, we do.
yeah, I suppose.
The question is, what's the norm here?
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, we've got our place down in Hamilton County that we go, and it's 400 acres and it's covered in pecans and persimmons
and acorns.
and
Big.
big Texas white oak or bur oak acorns.
Bur oak acorns.
Acorns. Acorns. It's acorns.
They
not
are
acorns.
literally the size of a quarter.
A ping pong ball, some of them.
Yeah.
Big, soft, white bur oaks. And when the feeders go off, the deer are like, oh, what the hell? Why not? Let's get some fries.
Yeah.
Because they're stuffed on persimmons and pecans and acorns.
Sarah, he would fit in fine, trust me.
But Reno and I the last one we got was this big fat buck that had been living in a berry thicket downstream of a dam.
Yeah.
Outside of, well, I can't say, but he'd been living in a berry thicket in a bog, and he took a Brennicky slug, blew his heart to hamburger at about 15 yards,
Yeah.
and never knew what hit him. Just fell over. No adrenaline, nothing. He just, and that was. And we took him to Whitaker's over here, which is a damn fine game processor.
Yeah.
And they did him right. And that was, oh my God, that was the best venison I've had in a long time.
Yeah. We did a varmint kill up in Virginia back in 2006 or 7. We went down south of Roanoke, and we shot 67 deer the first before noon.
Oh, the North American hoofed rat.
Yeah. And shot another 40 that afternoon.
Yep.
That had been raiding a persimmon orchard.
Oh.
And the churches and the butchers were lined up on the side of the road.
Oh, I'll bet.
I mean, we would shoot for 15 minutes, go haul a deer out.
Venison heroes? Oh, venison heroes. Oh.
And by the time we got the deer out, there'd be another set coming in.
Oh, yeah.
The bad part was we didn't get a single piece of venison out of it.
Oh,
It all got
that
donated.
sucks. That
Yeah.
sucks.
I might have bitched at the chief deputy that I went down there with about the fact that I got nothing out of this except a sore shoulder and a bunch of rounds expended.
Oh, no, we need to hit some hogs.
Yeah.
And get some loin and backstrap out of the hogs.
Yep.
Whack a couple of deer and start stocking up.
And if we get small enough ones, we might take a shoulder or a butt
Oh, if they're
Barbecue.
under 120 pounds,
Yeah.
I'll take the whole thing. If it's over about 120, 150 pounds,
Yeah.
tenderloins and backstraps all take.
Speed goats are protected in New Mexico.
What?
You got to be shitting me.
Speed goats? Rocky goats are.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, if anybody's ever tried to hunt speed goat or rocket goat or
I'll guarantee you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
The way you hunt rocket goat is you get your pickup and you drive around with a 6mm rifle in the front seat. And you pull to a stop, you get out, you start swearing at the pickup, and you hit the hood with your hat. When a goat comes by to see what's up, you thump it.
Yeah.
Sneaking up on a goat's no good.
I tried to stalk one years ago, and I got within about 400 yards of him, and that son of a bitch
Bing.
disappeared.
Anybody need some targets for practice?
Oh, yes.
Jonna finally got her hoopty registered, very painfully, I might add.
Ow.
Got her hoopty registered, so she's officially got a Texas car now.
Which means people will stop flipping me off.
And the cops will stop stopping you.
Well, they stop me, but we have lovely conversations, and they all know you, Jim, so they don't give me a ticket.
Have I ever told a story about the time Rita ran across one of my kids? When Rita first moved up here, she was kiting along on a farm to market road and got pulled over by somebody I trained. And he walks up, and she's got the back of her little Subaru is full of boxes. So he walks up, and Rita's, oh my God, I just got pulled over. Hi, happy person. Just being Rita, just all, happy and bouncy and bubbly like she is. And the officer looked at this very happy, bouncy person, and the only thing you could think of was, ma'am, what are you hauling? To which my little sweetheart said, and I quote, ass, apparently. At which point he closed his ticket book, wished her a happy day, safe travels, gave her back her license, went back to his cruiser, and 30 seconds later, I get a note saying, please tell your girlfriend to slow down.
Oh. And that does not surprise me about
Not a
Rita
bit.
at all.
Not a bit.
No.
Ass, apparently.
Happy.
Hello, new friend I haven't met yet.
Yeah.
It's you and Rita, I swear to God. Rita will be in a friggin' the checkout line at a grocery store. And by the time we get, this will be the express lane, mind you. By the time we get to the cashier, she knows the life history of both the person in front of us and the person behind us. And it drives me nuts. How do you do that? And she goes, well, how don't you? Seriously?
300 eggs from their chickens. Ow.
Oh,
That's a bunch of eggs.
it loves everybody. Hi, new friend I haven't met yet. It's like, baby.
Yeah. Well, I have to make eye contact because I got to read lips because it's so damn deaf.
I make eye contact and they still don't talk to me.
Yeah, that was one thing that was really brought home to me during the whole COVID thing was how bad my hearing was.
Yeah, me too.
Because, I did not realize the extent that I actually lip read.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Rita is she's not actually an extrovert.
Yeah.
The actual definition of difference between extroverts and introverts is in social situations, extroverts get energy. Going to social things makes them happy, pumps them up. Caffeine from people, yay! Introverts, we get really tired. And when Rita gets done, the first LTUE we went to, when she finally got to meet Bridget, and Jonna was there, and they did things. Rita loves to fly, but it also makes her very nervous. She does not sleep on planes. And we were coming back from Salt Lake, and she was asleep in her seat before the plane took off, which I've never seen. and slept the entire trip back because she had such a good time and blew through so much energy.
Yeah. I still remember the one where when we went out and the woman sitting next to you was like, how the hell can you go to sleep?
We're flying out and all right, we take off with my hat on my face, go to sleep because I've done this before.
Yeah.
And apparently we had some fairly rocky weather going over, the Rockies, and landed. And
It was a little bumpy. It was not bad.
the woman in the seat next to me goes, how the hell can you sleep through that? What? At least have the common courtesy not to snore. What?
Yeah. One of the things you learn in the military is you can literally sleep anywhere. You're going to sleep and you're going to eat every chance you get.
Have I met Kermit? Which one's Kermit?
Josh.
Josh. Have I met Josh?
I don't know. Hey, Andy, good to see you.
Which truck stop, Kermit? You will in August. What? That sounds like a threat.
They're coming through in August.
Oh, okay. We had no clue who the other was.
The difference, you really don't want to threaten us. That does not end well.
No, but once you've flown a couple of C-130 flights, it's just go to sleep.
Yeah.
It's just, I do the same thing on a plane. There was this one flight I took out of LibertyCon, and it was one of those puddle jumper jets, not a prop, but a jet. And there was nobody else on there. I mean, literally, because the commode had exploded.
Yeah.
And I found myself a seat over the wing, and the steward's like, "I'm so sorry, that smell." It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Out like a light.
Well, I tend not to sleep on airplanes because of my history flying airplanes. So, I usually write.
I go right to sleep.
Yeah.
Then I wake up because somebody, my little sweetheart's got her fingernails in my bicep and doing this because we hit a bump. It's like, ow. Why are you owling? Because she's clawing divots out of my arm. I can sleep through the bumping, with the clawing of the divots.
Yeah.
I can't sleep through.
Yeah, I would hate to see it if we never got in actual turbulence.
Oh, she's been in actual turbulence, but it's just, she loves to fly, but it makes her nervous.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Rick, you folks had that little road trip every day. That was always a lot of fun, from what I understand.
Right.
Where they were staying was an hour away from the actual training site.
Put your hat over your eyes or your shemagh and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Moving on. But what if it crashes? What can you do? What can you do anyway?
Sarah,
I actually have been that guy. Stand up. Somebody wake up the sergeant.
Yeah.
What?
Sarah,
Stand
whatever
up, hook
you
up,
do,
wake him up.
do not take any sleeping pills when you get on the airplane.
I don't need to.
If you want to drink, that's fine, but do not take sleeping pills. That is just beyond stupid.
Stand up, hook up. Somebody wake him up.
Yeah, Rick.
I forget what year that was. I know that I think it was at Fort Hood when I saw it, and 4 guys in front row turned to look at me. It's like, really, guys? Seriously?
Yeah, Rick, you're quite a bit younger than I am, so you probably did talk about D&D. It's funny. I've never played it, because when D&D first came around, I was already in the military, so I was dealing with trying to keep my ass alive.
We had some monumental D&D sessions in the military.
Yeah.
Had a table in the corner of the rec room downstairs in the barracks that was dedicated to D&D.
Yeah. I know y'all did a 12-hour rotating, but I always liked mids when I was junior enlisted, because there was nobody there to fuck with you. You know, you
CQ same
you
way.
get stuff done.
CQ same way. I
Yeah.
loved the midnight to noon CQ duty.
Yep. Yeah, Cameron, that has happened. I know it happened at least twice out of DC where we had to deplane and change planes. And this guy was, you know, he was drugged out. He'd taken sleeping pill. You know, he was down for the count. And I couldn't help but think, you know, if we'd had an emergency, what was he going to do? Because I was not going to haul his ass off the airplane.
Die peacefully in his sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, Rick. Well, I got you by 5 years. Yeah, there were some funny stories though.
FICO to hit armor class 0. FICO rules.
Probably the best one was the Army sergeant coming across the pond from Hawaii on the P3. Middle of the night, because it was a school run. And I come walking back from the radar to get a cup of coffee. And he's got the handle of the door cracked.
You want fresh air?
And I'm going, excuse me, what are you doing? Well, I'm going to go for a walk.
Goodness.
Sergeant, come with me. Look out the window. What do you see? I don't see anything. Yeah, because we're at 28,000 feet. So if you could get that door open,
Which
you would
can't.
fall 28,000 feet.
Probably be wide awake when you hit bottom.
Yeah. I said, do you want to rethink what you're doing? Uh-huh. Then he went back, sat back down in the galley, and that was the last we saw of him. So I got my cup of coffee, closed the door handle back up, went back to my station. Told the pilot, well, when he landed, he just said, damn Army. we had another one that we had to evacuate the airplane for real because we had an engine fire.
I hate it when that happens.
That was sitting in front of the overwing hatch when we went out. And supposedly had paid attention to the brief.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Safety brief. Want, die.
So I did not do it to him because I was further forward. But the guy that popped the overwing hatch, slid it through the back of the airplane, reached down, unhooked the guy's belt, and threw his ass out the hatch. And
Like you do.
the first thing, talking to rescue later, they said first thing they saw was this guy sliding off the back of the wing head first with a stunned expression on his face. Where the fuck did he come from? Well, we proved we could get out of the airplane and back to the tail before all 4 engines stopped turning.
I have no frame of reference for that.
When you have a fire on an airplane with a wet wing,
Again, I have no frame of reference. I was sane.
Huh?
I was sane.
No.
I didn't. I picked a service where I didn't have to swim home or flap my arms and fly home.
I didn't want to walk to work, which is why I went in the Navy.
Walking's a lot better than swimming to work
I could swim.
or flapping your arms.
Yeah. It's where you make the airplane do the work.
Probably should have gone Coast Guard though.
You're not 6 feet tall.
Point.
Binders filled with people and backstory, and you get distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would definitely go back to sleep very quickly once he hit, though.
Spirit animals in space. Give me context.
Yeah.
Oh, for Space Cowboys?
Yeah.
Yeah, make it interesting.
Why not?
And again, Raconteur Press, our prime directive is the stories have to be entertaining. Everything else is negotiable.
Yeah, Coasties are good folks. Their motto is Semper Paratus, always ready. And
Crazy.
they are probably the only ones that are crazier than Navy rescue people.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. Because, I mean, Navy rescue people are nuts. But the Coasties, you know, they're saying in the rescue community is you got to go out. You don't have to come back.
And Coasties,
And they've had a lot of people not come back.
yeah. The thing about the Coasties is you're close enough that I could actually dog paddle home.
Unless you're in Hawaii. Then it was a bit of a problem.
Coast Guard for the Gulf of Mexico would have been fun, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh, Rick, I got one for you. Talking about the East Coast and submarines. The coastal shelf out there and how far you guys had to go out before you could submerge was always fun in rough weather because submarines require a specific depth to be able to actually submerge. And when you see bad weather, you see Sea State 2, Sea State 3, and you see this poor submarine poking along, and you're just watching the conning tower doing this, and you're going, oh, there's some green people on that boat.
Submissions, Kermit, submissions for Space Cowboys will close in December. It opens in September, it closes in December.
Yeah. Oh, God, yes. McChuck, I'm trying to remember what those, I remember reading those books. Oh, God. What was the name of it?
The classic Coast Guard moment I think of is the guy jumping on the semi-sub and
Oh, yeah.
open up. That's just
Pounding on the door.
bam, 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 bam. Police knocking on the door. Pull over.
Yeah.
Really?
A friend of mine was in the Coast Guard out of Beaufort. And we were out in P3 one day, saw this Coast Guard H3 sitting on the water. The blades are turning slowly. We went over, got on the radio. So you guys got a problem? Nah, we're just doing testing, training. Made a couple of laps around and realized there was this line out the door of the helicopter. Those assholes were out there fishing.
Of course they were.
They had landed a friggin' helicopter on the Atlantic so they could fish.
I'm not. See, Coast Guard. I would.
Coasties, yeah.
Coast Guard sounds perfectly reasonable to me.
Yeah.
Should have gone Coast Guard.
Oh, yeah. Differ, that's what the SEALs do when you're down and somebody knocks
Clank,
on the
clank,
outside door. Yeah.
Cop knocks. Bam, bam, bam. What
Yeah.
the hell?
And we wasted another hour of your time.
Oh,
folks.
yes. That's like cop knocking on your sub. Bam, 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 bam. Police, open up. Open up.
No, usually it's get the friggin' water out of here so we can get out of this and breathe air. Fishing in the ambulance, Coast Guard fishing. Yeah, that stuff happens.
I've been fishing with people I know of have been fishing at Belton Lake with grenades on Fort Hood.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Y'all be
Well,
safe.
folks, y'all have a good one. Stay as cool as you can. We're in the middle of summer.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Woo! Triple digit temperatures. Yay.
Yep. And no rain in sight, no cooling in sight. And remember, folks, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff.
Be safe, guys.
We'll see you. Bye-bye.